Hello friends, it's me again, Joseph, your host, and welcome back to Catechism for Kids. Today, we're going to learn about a very special saint who was a true hero and a great friend. Just one day after we celebrate the amazing Saint Demetrius, we honor his faithful friend and follower, Saint Nestor of Thessaloniki. Do you still remember our story yesterday about Saint Demetrius? Get ready to hear a story about incredible courage and the power of faith. Way back in the early 4th century, a Roman emperor named Maximian Galerius wasn't very kind to Christians. He would hold these huge, cruel games where Christians were often forced to fight against powerful soldiers called gladiators. It was a very scary time to be a follower of Jesus. During this time, the emperor came to a city in Greece called Thessaloniki. He brought with him his favorite gladiator, a giant of a man named Lyaeus. Lyaeus was incredibly strong and fierce, and he would stand on a special stage built over sharp spears. He would challenge Christians, and sadly, he defeated many of them. The emperor thought this was great entertainment, but it was heartbreaking for the Christian community. Now, living in Thessaloniki was our hero, Saint Demetrius. He was a brave Christian who wasn't afraid to share his love for Jesus because of his faith. The emperor had him arrested and thrown into a prison, which was actually in an old bathhouse nearby the arena. This is where our other hero, a young man named Nestor, comes into the story. Nestor was a good friend of Demetrius and looked up to him. He saw the terrible things Lyaeus was doing in the arena, and his heart was filled with a desire to stand up for his fellow Christians. He knew he wasn't as big or strong as the giant gladiator, but he had something much more powerful, his faith in God. So, what did Nestor do? He bravely went to the prison where Demetrius was being held. Imagine sneaking into a prison to visit your friend. When he found Demetrius, he didn't ask for a secret weapon or a magic potion. He asked for something much better. He said, "Pray for me, Demetrius, that I may defeat the emperor's champion in the name of Christ." Demetrius, filled with the Holy Spirit, smiled at his young friend. He knew Nestor's heart was pure. He made the sign of the cross on Nestor's forehead and gave him his blessing. Demetrius told him that he would indeed be victorious over Lyaeus, but he also reminded him that this victory would mean he would suffer for Christ. Even knowing this, Nestor wasn't afraid. With the blessing and prayers of his friend, Nestor felt a surge of courage. He marched right into the arena. Can you picture it? The huge crowd, the cruel emperor, the terrifying giant Lyaeus standing there, ready to fight. And then there's young Nestor, who probably didn't look like much of a warrior. But Nestor didn't rely on his own strength. As he faced the giant, he prayed out loud for everyone to hear. He said, "God of Demetrius, help me." And in that moment, something amazing happened. It wasn't about muscle or size. It was about faith. With a strength that came directly from God, Nestor fought Lyaeus. To the absolute shock of the emperor and the whole crowd, the young Christian defeated the mighty gladiator, casting him down onto the very spears he had used to harm others. Wow. The crowd must have been speechless. The Christians were filled with hope, but the Emperor Maximian was furious. His favorite champion had been defeated by a young Christian boy. Couldn't stand it. He immediately demanded to know who this boy was. When he learned that Nestor was a Christian and a friend of Demetrius, his anger grew even hotter. The emperor ordered his soldiers to take Nestor and execute him right away. But Nestor wasn't sad or scared. He faced his death with joy, knowing he was going to be with his true king in heaven. He proudly declared, "I am a servant of Christ, my true king." He knew that even though his life on earth was ending, his real life with God was just beginning. Because Nestor had called on the God of Demetrius, the angry emperor realized that Demetrius was the source of this courage. So he sent his soldiers to the prison and had Saint Demetrius martyred as well. The two friends, united in faith on earth, were reunited in heaven on almost the same day. So what can we learn from the incredible story of Saint Nestor? First, it shows us that true friendship helps us be brave and do the right thing. Nestor's love for his friend Demetrius and his faith gave him the courage to face an impossible challenge. Saint Nestor also teaches us that true bravery isn't about how big or strong you are on the outside. It's about how much you trust in God on the inside. The Bible tells us in the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9, "Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." Nestor lived these words. He knew God was with him in that arena, and that made him stronger than any giant. Even when we feel small, or when we face something that seems too big to handle, we can remember Saint Nestor. We can ask God for help just like he did. His story proves that even small hearts can do great things when they are filled with God's love. We celebrate Saint Nestor's feast day on October 27th, the day right after we celebrate Saint Demetrius. It's a perfect reminder of their powerful friendship. The symbols for Saint Nestor are a sword and shield, representing his battle, and a palm of martyrdom, which is a symbol for those who gave their lives for their faith. The color for his feast day is red, symbolizing his love and ultimate sacrifice for Christ. Due to his victory over the fearsome gladiator Lyaeus, Saint Nestor is considered the patron saint of wrestlers and athletes. Saint Nestor's story is a beautiful reminder that we never ever stand alone when we stand with Christ. We always have God on our side, and we have the saints in heaven, like Nestor and Demetrius, praying for us. So next time you feel scared or think a challenge is too big, remember the young man who faced a giant. Pray, God of Demetrius, help me. And trust that with faith, you can be courageous too. Thank you so much for joining us for another story on Catechism for Kids. We hope Saint Nestor has inspired you today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends so more people can learn about the amazing lives of the saints. We can't wait to see you next time. Take care, everyone, and God bless you always.